time my lady nausea.
Mr. Whiteside, I can only be in one place at a time.
It was very fortunate for this community.
Good morning, Mr. Whiteside. Merry Christmas.
Oh, Merry Christmas, Joanne. Merry Christmas.
Are you ready for your breakfast, Mr. Whiteside?
No, I don't think I want any. Tell me, has Miss Cutler come down yet?
No, sir. Not yet.
Is she in her room? Do you know?
She is. Shall I call her?
No. Thank you, Joanne. That would be all.
Yes, sir.
I'm taking a 1 o'clock train, Sherry. I'm leaving.
You're doing nothing of the kind.
Here are your keys, your driving license, the key to the safety deposit vault in the apartment in New York. Oh, go there now and clear things up.
Just a moment, Mrs. Simmons. Where were you last night until 3 o'clock this morning? I sat up the night in this station wagon worrying about you. You heard me calling you when you came in. Why didn't you answer me?
Look, Sherry, it's over and you won. I don't want to talk about it.
Come, Maggie dear. What are you trying to do? Make me feel like a naughty boy? Honestly, Maggie, sometimes you can be very annoying.
You know, you're quite wonderful in a way, Sherry. You're annoying. I wish there was a laugh left in me. Shall I tell you something, Sherry? I think you are a selfish, petty egomaniac who would have his mother burned at the stake if that was the only way he could light his cigarette. I think you sacrificed your best friend without a moment's hesitation if you disturbed the sacred routine of your self-centered, paltry little life. I think you are incapable of any human emotion that goes up higher than your stomach, and I was the fool of the world forever thinking I could trust you.
So as long as I live, I shall never do anyone a good turn again. I won't ask you to apologize, Maggie. Because in 6 months from now, you will be thanking me instead of berating me.
In 6 months, Sherry, I expect to be so far away from you.
Hello. Merry Christmas, everybody. Merry Christmas. I know I'm a little tipsy, but I can explain everything. Hi, Maggie. Hi, Mr. White. Shake hands with a successful playwright. Maggie, where were you last night? I read Lorraine Sheldon's play, and she thinks it's wonderful. I read her play, and she thinks it's wonderful. Isn't that wonderful?
Yes, that's fine, Bert.
Isn't that wonderful, Mr. Whiteside?
Jefferson, I think you ought to go home, don't you?
What? No! Biggest day of my life, I know. I'm drunk, but I can explain everything. We've been sitting over at Billy's Tavern and never realized it was daylight until it was daylight. Look, Maggie, Lorraine said with just a little bit of fixing the play to be done in weeks. She's gonna take me to this place she's got in Lake Placid just for 3 weeks. Gonna work on the play together. Isn't that why don't we say something, Maggie?
Bert, I suggest you tell us all about this later. Now, why don't you,
Oh, excuse me. Merry Christmas, everybody. Merry Christmas.
God bless all and Tiny Tim.
Yes.
You know, Doctor, the famous actress Lorraine Sheldon, me and her are going to Lake Placid for... Isn't that wonderful?
Dr. Bradley, I think Mr. Jefferson would like some black coffee and a little breakfast. Would you take care of him, please?
Yes, of course.
No, Doctor, I'm going to buy breakfast. The biggest breakfast you've ever seen.
Yes, Jefferson.
You know what, Doctor? Let's go climb down a couple of chimneys. I got this friend who doesn't believe in Santa Claus. Let's go climb down the chimneys. Get the hell out of him.
Now, Maggie, I'm willing to forgive your tawdry outburst and talk about this calmly.
I love him so terribly. Oh, Sherry, why did you do it? Why did you do it? Merry Christmas, Mr. Whiteside.
Oh, Merry Christmas, Miss Stanley.
I'm afraid I shouldn't be seen talking in My brother is terribly angry, but I just couldn't resist asking. Would you like my Christmas present?
I'm very sorry, Miss Stanley. I haven't had a chance to open it yet. I haven't had a chance to open any of my Christmas presents yet.
Oh dear, I'm just so anxious. It's right here. Won't you open it now?
I appreciate your thinking of me, Miss Stanley. This is very thoughtful of you. Why, it's lovely. I'm quite fond of these old photographs, you know. This is very thoughtful of you. Thank you very much.
I was 22 when that was taken. That was my favorite dress. Do you really like it?
I do indeed. You know what? I think when I get back to town, I shall send you a little gift.
Will you? Oh, thank you, Mr. Whiteside. I shall treasure it. Well, I shall be late for church. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Miss Stanley. What is there about that woman?
Sarah's got a little surprise for you, Mr. Whiteside. She's just in here out of it.
Thank you, Joanne. Miss Green! Miss Green!
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hit the door, will you? Joanne's upstairs.
Who is it?
Oh, the Atlas.
Banjo! For God's sake, Banjo!
Mr. Whiteside!
He's on his package for me, please.
Banjo, put that nurse down, you mental delinquent!
Come by my room in half an hour and bring some rye bread.
Really, Mr. Whiteside?
Whiteside, I'm here to spend Christmas. Give me a kiss.
Don't touch me, you old school fugitive. How did you get here, anyhow?
Ah, damn it, love me and reindeer. Whiteside, we finished shooting the picture yesterday, and I'm on my way to Nova Scotia. Flew here in 12 hours, borrowed a plane from Howard Hughes. And I brought you the most wonderful Christmas present. This brassiere was once worn by Hetty Lamar.
Listen, you idiot. How long can you stay?
Just long enough to take a bath on my way to Nova Scotia. Where's Maggie?
Nova Scotia? What on earth are you going to Nova Scotia for?
Yeah, see, I'm sick of Hollywood and there's a dame in New York I do not want to see, so I thought I'd go to Nova Scotia, get some smoked salmon. What the hell is Maggie? I want to talk to her.
Well,
Where is she?
Banjo, I'm glad you're here. I'm very annoyed at time. Very.
What's wrong?
Well, I have...
Say, what is this? I thought you couldn't walk.
Oh, I've been all right with you, sir. That isn't the point. The point is I'm furious at Maggie. You know how fond I am of her. Well, after all this time, she's repaying my kindness by behaving like a fishwife.
What are you talking about?
I never believed for a moment she was really in love with you.
You love it? Who? I just got here, remember?
Great God, I'm telling you, you Hollywood nitwit. The young newspaper man here in town.
Maggie finally fell. Well, what do you know? What kind of guy is he?
Now, listen, please.
Go on.
Look, well, Lorraine Sheldon happened to come out and visit me.
Old hot hands here.
Now, listen!
Right?
This young fellow, he'd written a play. You can guess the rest. She's taking him away with her this afternoon to rewrite. And they're now crying her eyes out.
Gee. Say, wait a minute. What do you mean Lorraine Sheldon just happened to show up here? I smell a rat, Sherry. A rat with a beard.
Oh, all right. I did it for Maggie, because I thought it would be the right thing for her.
Oh, because you haven't thought about yourself in years. Gee, poor kid. Can I go in and talk to her?
No, leave her alone.
What about this guy? This guy she likes. Can we get a hold of him?
Now, Banjo, I don't want any phony warrants. You pretend to be J. Edgar Hoover. I've been for all that with you before. I've got to bring out here. I've got to get her out of here.
It's got to be good, Sherry. Lorraine's no dope. Now, there must be something that could get her out of here like a bat out of hell. Say, I think I've got it. That fellow she so crazy about over in England, Lord Fanning, whatever, bottomly,
No, Banjo, no.
You don't catch on, so you send her a cube.
I catch on, Banjo. Rain caught on too. It's been tried.
Oh. Well, told you she's no dope. We got a tough composition on your hands.
The trouble is that there's so damn little time. Get out of my chair! She's taking him away with her this afternoon to Lake Placid. Damn, there must be some way out of this. The trouble is, I've done this job too well. Hell in damnation!
Stop, huh?
The words of our greatest lyric poet, you said it.
Yeah. Gee, I'm hungry. Well, I'll think of something, Sherry. I'll get Lorraine out of here. Have to do it one piece at a time.
Merry Christmas, Mr. Whiteside. Excuse me, I have something for you.
Oh, really?
Mr. Whiteside, it was for you.
Never mind him, Sarah. He's quite mad.
We shall dance in the snow.
Mr. Whiteside! Mr. Whiteside!
He's harmless, Sarah. Just give him some breakfast. Just what does this mean?
It means, Mr. Whiteside, that I am leaving. My address is on the desk inside. You can send me a check.
You do realize this is completely unprofessional.
I do indeed. I am not only walking out on this case, Mr. Whiteside, but I'm leaving the nursing profession. I became a nurse. Just all my life, ever since I was a little girl, I had the idea of serving humanity. But after 1 month with you, Mr. Whiteside, I'm going to work in a munitions factory. From now on, anything that I'm doing to help exterminate the human race will fill me with the greatest of pleasure. If Florence Nightingale had ever nursed you, Mr. Whiteside, she would have married Jack the Ripper instead of founding the Red Cross. Good day!
It's June! Mr. Stevens, come back with June! Thank goodness, thank goodness! June, thank God you're all right. You're not hurt, are you?
No, Mother, I'm not. And please don't be hysterical.
Oh, June, that awful boy. Thank goodness you stopped it, Ernest. How did you do it?
Never mind that, Daisy. Just take Jude here upstairs. I have something to say to Mr. Whiteside.
What about Richard? Is there any news?
It's all under control, Daisy. Just take Jude upstairs.
Father, haven't we had enough melodrama? I don't have to be taken upstairs. I'll go upstairs. Merry Christmas, Mr. Whiteside. It looks bad for John L. Lewis. Come on, Mother. Lock me in my room.
June, you'll feel much better if you had a hot bath.
I know.
Have you had something to eat?
I'm pleased to inform you, sir, that your plans for my daughter have seemed to be on a trifle awry. She is not, nor will she ever be married to that labor agitator that you so kindly picked out. And as for my son, he's been apprehended in Toledo and will be brought back here within the hour. Not having a gift for invective, sir, I cannot begin to tell you what I think of your obnoxious interference in my affairs, but I have arranged that you will interfere no longer. Gentlemen, will you please step inside? Mr. Whiteside, these are deputy sheriffs. They have a warrant by which I have been able to put you out of this house, and need hardly add that it will be the greatest moments of my entire life. Mr. Whiteside, I'm giving you 15 minutes in which to pack up and get out. If you're not gone within those 15 minutes, Mr. Whiteside, these men here will forcibly eject you. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Please step outside for a moment. 15 minutes, Mr. Whiteside. That includes bag, baggage, wheelchair, octopus, penguins, and cockroaches. I'm now going upstairs so that I can smash my radio, so that I don't even accidentally hear your voice ever again.
Sure you don't want my autograph, old fellow?
15 minutes, Mr. Whiteside.
Say, can she cook? Now, where were we? Yes, the plan. I did not come up with one. Any news from the front?
Yes, sir. The enemy inside my rear are nibbling.
And where'd you say Maggie was again? In there?
It's no use, Banjo. She's taking the 1 o'clock train out.
What? You didn't tell me that. So after all these years, she's really leaving you?
She is!
That means you have 1 o'clock to do something.
No, Banjo, my dear, it means I have exactly 14 minutes in which to pull out of my hat the damnedest rabbit you've ever seen.
15 minutes. What do you mean 15 minutes?
15 minutes, baby's rosy little body is being tossed into the snow. My nose is born out of warrant. I'm being kicked out!
What? I've never heard of such a thing. What do you do a thing like that for?
That's in the point. I have exactly 15 minutes. Banjo, dear, the master is growing a little desperate.
What about laying your cards on the table with Lorraine?
Banjo, you don't treat girls those eyes. What do you think?
You're right.
Banjo, why don't you go in and talk to Maggie for a few minutes? I want to think.
Say, if I knew where Lorraine was, I could get a car and run over her. Couldn't hurt her too badly.
Please, Banjo, I want to think.
Pardon me, is this the YMCA?
No, you idiot. Hello, Mr. Whiteside. I didn't get very far. Any suggestions?
I'm very sorry, Richard. Very sorry indeed. If I were in a position to...
Well, you're not in position, Mr. Whiteside. Thank you very much, officer. Will you please take this little offering here for your troubles?
Good day, sir.
Oh, my. Richard, my boy, will you please go upstairs? "10 minutes, Mr. Whiteside."
I brought you some oranges, Mr. Whiteside. Feeling any better?
Thank you, Joanne. Is there any cyanide in someone's juice? Would you get that, please?
Yes, sir.
It's probably some mustard gas from an old friend of mine.
Hey, that crazy fellow made a great hit for Sarah. He wants to give her a street test.
Hello, is Mr. Whiteside up yet?
Yes, he is, Miss Sheldon. He's right here.
Merry Christmas, Jerry, darling. Merry Christmas. I've come to have Christmas breakfast with you.
Merry Christmas, my sprite. Joanne, a tray for Miss Sheldon. Better make it one with eggs.
Darling, this snow is absolutely beautiful. It's glistening. It's too bad you can't get out and see it.
No, I'll probably see a bit of it. Tell me, my dear, I hear you're off to Lake Placid. What time are you leaving?
But how did you know? Is Bert here?
No, he dropped a little while ago. That's to you, my dear.
Darling, I was simply swept off my feet by the play. It's fantastically good. Sherry, it's the kind of part that only comes along once every 10 years. I'm so grateful to you, Sherry. Sometimes I think you're the only friend I've got left in this world.
Thank you, my sprite. What time did you say you were leaving? You and Jefferson?
Oh, around 4 or so, I think. Quite apart from everything else, Mr. Jefferson really is a rather attractive man. It makes it a pleasure scoring accounts with Miss Vitriol. In fact, it's all worked out rather beautifully. You know what, Terry? I want to buy you a Christmas present. The most beautiful Christmas present you've ever had in your life. Now, what's it? What is it? Anything. I'm so deliriously happy that... That sounds like Banjo is here.
Yes, he is. Just the family circle gathering at Christmas time. My, how time flies when you're having fun.
Oh, why, hello there, sweet pants. How are you?
I'm fine, Banjo. How are you?
I'm fine. How's the mattress business, Lorraine?
Very funny. Too bad that your pictures aren't as funny as you think you are, Banjo.
Got me there, Mama. Say, you look at the page, Lorraine. Anything in the wind, Whiteside?
Not at dinner.
What time does the ship sail?
10 minutes.
What ship is this?
Ah, the good ship up the creek.
Sherry, I've listed everything except the New Year's Eve broadcast. There was a schedule on that, wasn't there?
Yes, it's on the table there, I think.
Oh, New Year's Eve. Bert and I are here in Lake Placid. You ever been to my cottage up there, Sherry? It's beautiful. Away from everything. Just snow and clear, cold night. Oh, there must be Bert now. I told him to meet me here. You know, I'm really looking forward to Lake Placid. Bert's the kind of man who can do all the winter sports just beautifully.
Ah, so is he getting the time?
Who is it from, Joanne?
It's American Express.
What have they got?
It appears to be an Egyptian mummy.
What, Sherry? What's this?
Right there. It's for you, Mr. Whiteside.
Dear God, if there was one thing I needed right now, it was an Egyptian mummy.
Name. Sent from the Khedive of Egypt. In God's name, would you send him grants to him?
5 minutes, Mr. Whiteside. What? Including that?
Sherry, who is that man?
Oh, he announces the time every few minutes. pay the small sum.
But what on earth for?
I lost my watch!
Oh, I see you're still busy.
Good God!
Pardon me, I'll wait here. I've just written it down on the left kidney.
Is that the plumber again, Cherry? Oh, I wonder when Kurt will get here. What's the matter, darling? I've never seen you so unhappy on Christmas morning. You're usually bubbling over. Who sent you this? The Godiva idiot. You know, I think it's rather beautiful. I've always wanted to go to Egypt. I simply must go there one day. First time I went to Pompeii, I cried all night. All those people, all those lights, and where are they now? Don't you ever think about stuff like that, Cherry? I do. Here was a woman, like myself, a woman with the same passions, fears, jealousies, hates, a woman who once lived and loved and what if now just this and nothing more. A span of 4,000 years, a mere atom in the eternity of time, and here I am, another woman living out her life. I want to cry. Oh, but what am I doing talking this way? It's Christmas. It's Christmas.
Lorraine, dear, have you ever played St. Joan?
Why, no, I haven't, Cherry. What makes you ask that?
There was something about your expression in that mummy case. There was an absolute halo about you. It transcended any mortal expression I've ever seen. Please, step into it again, dear.
You're jostling me, aren't you?
My dear, I do not make light of these matters. I was deeply moved. There was an art about you, pure Da Vinci. Please, step into it again.
Well, I don't know exactly what it was that I did, but oh, I feel too silly. Cherry.
Lorraine, in that single moment you approached the epitome of your art. You should be ashamed of it. You asked me a little while ago what I wanted for Christmas. All that I want for you, Lorraine, is the memory of you in that mummy case.
Why, Cherry, I'm all choked up. Dust thou art, and banjo!
Eureka!
That was a service for you.
Oh, will she be all right in there?
Oh, she'll be fine. She can breathe easy. We'll let her off the plane as soon as we get there. How do we get this thing out of here?
One step at a time, and that's the next step.
Think fast, Captain. Think fast.
Well, that's everything, Sherry. I'm leaving 3 carbons. What's out there? What's in this basket?
Oh, nothing. Nothing at all, Maggie. On your way.
Shall I file these letters? Do you want a picture?
No. Throw everything away. Except the picture. I want the picture.
The only thing I haven't done is to put your broadcast in order. Do you want me to do that?
What's that? Oh, yes. Do that. It's very important, Maggie.
I'll see you before I go, Banjo.
I've caught it.
What?
I knew I'd seen this face before. Now I know how to get this out of here.
What face? How?
Time's up, Mr. Whiteside. According to my watch, it's 15 minutes.
Yes, Mr. Stanley, 15 minutes. But would you do me just one favor before I leave? Would you ask those 2 gentlemen to come in here? Help this man out of the airport with his mummy case.
I will do nothing of the kind, sir.
Oh, I think you will. Or shall I inform my radio audience that your sister, Harriet Stanley, is none other than the famous Harriet Sedley, who murdered her mother and father in Gloucester, Massachusetts, 25 years ago with an axe. Oh, come, Mr. Stanley, it's a very small favor. Or would you have the good folk of Vesolia repeating at your very doorstep that once popular little jingle? Harriet Sedley took an axe and gave her mother 40 whacks, and when the job was nicely done, she gave her father 41. Now, Mr. Stanley, I do am giving up something. It would make for a hell of a broadcast.
Well, Mr. Whiteside, you are the damnedest person I have ever met.
You're a little late in finding that out. Gentlemen, will you come in here, please?
Whiteside, you are a great man.
Mr. Stanley would like you to take this mummy case down to the airport with this man. He's sending it to a friend in Nova Scotia.
Collect.
Right, Mr. Stanley?
Yes. Yes.
Handle it with care, gentlemen. Banjo, my dear, you're lovely, and I may write a book about you.
Oh, don't bother. I can't read. Goodbye, Maggie. Love, conquers all. Be careful with that case, boys. It contains an antique.
Sherry, was that?
It was indeed. What's this? A little Christmas present for you.
Sherry, you old reprobate.
Oh, don't mention it. Just send me a necktie sometime. My hat and coat bag. Yeah, I'm off for New York.
You're leaving, Sherry?
Don't argue, rat girl. Do as you're told.
Yes, Mr. Whiteside.
Mr. Whiteside, I just want to apologize.
Say!
Oh, don't give it a thought, but there's been a slight change of plan. Miss Sheldon is off on a world cruise, so I am taking your place, Catherine Cornell. Thank you, Maggie.
Mr. Whiteside, are you very busy?
Oh, yes, Doctor, yes, very busy. But if you ever happen to come to New York, try and find me. Maggie, my dear, I love you very much.
Sherry, you're wonderful.
Goodbye, Jefferson. You'll never know the trouble you caused.
Bye, Mr. Whiteside.
Oh, and goodbye, Mr. Stanley. I'd like to hear in the future that your daughter has been allowed to marry her young man, and that your son has been allowed to follow his own bent, or else. Goodbye, Merry Christmas, everyone.
Maggie, what is all this? Where is he going? I didn't even know he could walk.
Don't worry about it, Bert. You're too young to know. Just don't ask questions.
Ernest, Richard seems very difficult. You'll have to talk to him.
Very well. Ow!
Bert! Doctor!
Something happened.
What's going on?
Oh dear! Oh dear!
Oh my God! Miss Reed! I want Miss Reed back!
Bring that chair in, bring that
Oh,
chair.
Sherry, my poor Sherry!